Morning to all. I am Sylvia, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce with Computer Application. Now I am going to discuss about the subject of business organization. First, we are going to discuss about the introduction part of business organization. Business organization is a structured entry formed for the purpose of carrying and commercial, industrial, professional activities. The choice of business organization impacts various aspects, including liability, taxation, and decision making and continuity. Common commerce form of business common form of business organization include sole proprietorship, partnership, cooperative societies, and joint stock companies. Cooperative societies uh, Cooperative societies is the joint cooperative societies are formed by a group of persons with the common goals. The joint stock companies are legal entities with the shareholders and the board of directors. Sole proprietors are owned and uh, operated by a single individuals, while partnership involves two or more individuals. Next topic is purpose of business organization. The primary purpose of business organization is to satisfy customer needs and wants by providing goods or services in exchange for value. Typically in the form of money, business exists to create value for their shareholders, including customers, employees, shareholders, and the communities. Profit generation Profit generation is often a central objectives, but a business in other goals such as social responsibilities, innovatives, and long-term sustainabilities. The purpose of business organization is ownership and legal structure, value creation, um, next to risk and uncertainty, then ethics and social responsibility, globalization and technology. Next one is division of business. Good morning to all. I am Selvi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Computer Application. Now I am going to discuss about the topic of types of trading. Trade, a fundamental component of business, takes various forms such as serving specific purpose in the exchange of goods and services. Two primary types of trade are internal trade and external trade. First one, internal trade. Internal trade, also known as domestic or home trade, involves the buying and selling of goods and services within the border of a single country. Next one, internal trade is further classified into wholesale trade and retail trade. Wholesale trade involves purchase of goods in the large quantities from the manufacturers and their resale to the retailers. Retail sales involve selling goods directly to the final consumers. Its characteristics and as, aspects of internal trade. Internal trade includes scope, infrastructure, market structure, and economic development. And economic development First one is scope. The internal scope involves all the economic activities involving the exchange of goods and services within a country, including retail and wholesale transactions, distribution and supply chain activities. Infrastructure. Efficiency and effectiveness of internal trade depends on the quality of infrastructure within the country, including transportation network, communication network, and market facilities. Market structure. Internal trade can involve various market structures, including competitive markets, the monopolistic competitions, oligopoly, and monopoly, depending upon the nature of goods and services traded and the number of market participants. Next one, economic development. Internal trade plays a crucial role in promoting economic development and the facilities to the movement of goods and services. Forecasting specialization for division of labor and the employment opportunities. Thank you. Next topic is types of internal trade, wholesale trade. The wholesale trade involves the bulk purchase and resale of goods to retailers, other wholesalers, or institutional buyers such as business and government agencies. Retail trade. Retail trade involves retail trade involves the sale of goods directly to consumers for personal or household consumption. It emphasizes various types of retail outlets, including uh, break and including the e-commerce platforms, supermarkets, departments, stores, and specialty shops. E-commerce. With the rise of digital technologies, e-commerce has become an increasingly pro- prominent form of internal trade, enabling business and consumers to enhance in buying and selling of goods and services online. Next, distribution channel. Internal trade relies on distribution channels to deliver goods and services from producer to consumer. These channels may include wholesalers, producers, agents, retailers, and logistic providers who facilitate the movement and sale of products within the domestic market. Next, regulatory environment. Internal trade is subject to regulations and policies imposed by the government. All the nations and regions, local levels, these religions may include licensing requirements, taxation policies, consumer protection laws, and trade practices, regulations designed to ensure fair competitions and consumer welfare. Economic impacts. International trade, internal trade contributes to economic development by creating employment opportunities, stimulating demand for goods and services, and supporting the growth of domestic industries for business. It promotes specialization and um, specialization and efficiency by allocating regions or cities to focus on producing goods and services in which they have a comparative advantages, which 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 trade to access products produced elsewhere. Next, market dynamics. Internal trade is influenced by factors such as consumer preference, income levels, demographic trends, marketing strategies, and competitive dynamics within the domestic market. Business engaged in internal trade must adapt to changing market conditions, consumer demand, and technological advancement to remain mm, competitive and sustain growth. Next, external trade. The definition of external trade. External trade or international trade extend beyond the national boundaries and involves the exchange of goods and services between the countries. So, forms international trade emphasizes various forms including exports, selling goods to other countries, imports, buying goods from other countries, and balance of trade, the difference between a country exports and imports. Benefits of the international trade. International trade facilitates the global investments of goods, promotes economic interdependence, and allow countries to specialize in the production of the goods and services in the which they have a comparative advantages. Next one is export and import. Export goods, export goods, service or capital sold by one country to another. Exporting allows countries to generate revenue, access new markets, and leverages their comparative advantages. Imports, goods, services, or capital purchased by one country from another. Importing enables countries to obtain goods and services that may not be available domestically or may be chapter to appear from foreign markets. Next, trade balances. The differences between a country and imports is known as its trade balances. Trade surplus occurs when a country exports more than its imports, resulting in a positive balances. A trade reflex occurs when a country imports more than its exports, leading to a negative balances. Thank you.